Hello there and welcome to the first video in a new series I'm doing on my YouTube channel called 30 Minutes-ish with whichever game that we are talking about on that particular day. Basically it's a way of me just doing a deep dive into various games from my collection, just doing the first 30 minutes of the game, explaining about the odds and ends and why I like it, and just giving you guys an overall perspective on the game so you can either go out and buy it for yourself or you can completely ignore it, whichever way you want to do it. So without further ado, here comes the first one. This is Warhammer 40,000 Dawn of War, the original vanilla version. Hope you enjoy it.
Hello and good evening to you. So this is the start of a new series that I'm planning on doing. It's based on games that I've played a lot of and I thoroughly enjoy, and what I want to do is give you guys a taste of said games. Now the games range from prehistoric to, you know, reasonably modern, so there's lots to go in between. The game I've chosen first, as you've probably seen by the titles, is Warhammer 40,000 Dawn of War. This is the original Dawn of War. This is the vanilla version, so no add-on packs, no DLCs on this one. It's just the original version. I'm just going to play through about half an hour of it. While I'm playing, I'll just waffle on about how stuff works and my insights, and then you can just go and purchase the game or completely ignore it, however you want to swing it. What I will say is that this game has just had, in the last few days, a remaster announced, which is going to combine all the races from all the add-on packs, from all the DLCs, and most of the campaigns, and slap it all into one package. Now, I don't usually buy games on release, but that's one that I'm actually quite excited about, it must be said. So let's get into the original Dawn of War here. Let's have a look. Apologies for the lighting. It's gone very grey outside, and we were light not so long back, but it's gone a little bit dark. Hope you enjoyed the previous video I did as well, the bloodshed one. Thoroughly enjoyed playing that. I'm still looking to get that at some point before the end of the week. So, Relic Software, yep, we know. Oh, I will let the intro sequence play because it's bloody good. Space Marines and Orcs. And a Dreadnought. Love that scream that he just did there. And Orcs, well, Orcs. That kill there, the Dreadnought, it's actually quite cool because he actually does that in-game. Nasty. Yeah, there's animated kill sequences in it, which is quite cool. What if I put the light on? Will that help? Oh! Hey! That'll help. That'll work. The Blood Ravens. So this is the vanilla version of the game. As I say, it's the bog standard. So the campaign is all based around the Space Marines, and you play as the Blood Ravens chapter, who we're not quite sure of where they've come from, who their Primarch is, or anything along those lines. A little bit mysterious. As you find out more and more of the history, you find out that they're actually relic collectors, and they are quite sneaky, and they like pinching stuff. But they are loyalists and they are good. So this is an RTS, real-time strategy game, Command and Conquer, base builder. what I will say before I go any further is there is an army painter in it, and that's my custom chapter right there. That's my Centurion Legion. I can't get them the colours how I'd really like them, but that's as close as I'm going to get. But basically the army painter that you can go into here allows you to customise all the different colours of all your bits for all the different races available. So you've got the Eldar, Orcs, Space Marines and Chaos are the big bad. Nice. And you can change all their thingies and create your own colour schemes, but there's a lot of pre-built stuff in there. For the multiplayer, this, like I say, the actual campaign you play as the Blood Ravens. So without further ado, let's go back. Oh look, Chaos Marine. So you've got all the usual skirmish mode, so single player or like against the computer. Nothing really strenuous in the options. I have completed this before plenty of times, so that's why all the missions are unlocked. What we'll do is, as I promised, we're going straight from the start. I'll leave the difficulty on normal. Let's do mission 1. Like I say, this is very Command and Conquer-esque. So building bases, building troops, go find the enemy. There's a couple of sub-objectives, but it doesn't spread out as much as Command and Conquer does, where Command and Conquer you've got like timed missions where you've got to blow something up within half an hour, or protect a convoy or something like that. There's none of that in this. The missions are really straightforward, which I like because I don't like faff, but at the same time I can understand why people aren't such a fan, because variety is the spice of life, so they say. Planetfall. So another cutscene, but this time with in-game graphics, which, to be honest, look fine. I mean, you can clearly tell what those are. Those are clearly Orcs, clearly Imperial Guardsmen, and they are very much faithful to the tabletop games of the time, at least.
In the name of the Emperor, you will not falter.
They might. Ooh, nasty. Yeah, Imperial Guardsmen in close combat with Orcs, that's never going to end well.
Run for your lives! Cowards. You will fight or you will die.
That's probably going to be both, to be honest, mate, but you carry on. And here come our heroes. There you go, Blood Ravens, looking a little bit like Blood Angels.
I am Captain Gabriel Angelos of the Blood Ravens 3rd Company. Status.
My lord, forgive me. We have done all we can to stop the Orcs,
I like his power sword.
but we have failed. My men's lives are yours.
You stood your ground in the face of the Emperor's
Oh, here's
foes.
the other guys.
You've done your duty. If your men have failed you,
Yeah.
I will leave their judgment in your hands.
Thank you, my lord.
I am not here for your thanks. This port must be held if we are to maintain troops and supply lines to the planet's surface. That is why we are here. Now, what of the wounded and the civilians?
Stranded. We have few ships.
Then you shall have more. All Blood Raven flights execute Protocol 23 and initiate civilian evacuation. We will dispatch the ground forces.
Yes, my lord.
Ground forces, my lord. But the Orcs have retreated.
You must know your enemy to defeat them, Colonel. Orcs only retreat to regroup. They will keep coming until you or they are dead.
He's right. And so it goes. So here's our construction yard, if you like.
Let us destroy this alien filth.
I might do Command and Conquer at some point on this. Let's see. Oh wow, already nearly 10 minutes in and I haven't even played the game yet. Right then. So, Thanks for auto-saving, yep, because that's a thing.
What a glorious day for a battle.
All fully
As the
voiced as well.
stronghold, our frontline battle headquarters is currently being assembled.
Yes, it is.
We should proceed with caution until it is finished.
Onward to glory.
So as you can see, unlike Command and Conquer, you don't control individual soldiers, you control
Ready.
squads of soldiers.
At your command.
And as they take casualties, you can reinforce them in the field.
Splendid. The stronghold is complete.
Yes, it is.
We must now set about establishing a proper frontline base.
Yes, we must. So you have, it's a bit Age of Empires that you have builder units in the form of the servitors. They can build and repair things. And so I've just asked this one over here to stop building the barracks. And then from our main HQ, we can order more servitors in.
That will allow us to call down more Space Marine squads.
I do like the way the buildings come into being, like they come down as a pod, and then as the build construction happens, the crane arms fall away and the building appears.
Ever vigilant. Understood.
What I do like as well is that you get
Excellent.
Gabriel
The chapel
Angelos
barracks is finished.
as a
Now
character.
you can build some more Space Marine squads.
Happy days. So yeah, click on the chapel barracks and then we get Space Marines, and then they come in a drop pod in a moment.
Most beneficent one.
Let's see. Armory, so that allows me to upgrade my troops.
Sector 1 initiated.
There you
If we
go.
are to
That's my
defeat
Marines
these
coming in.
orcs, we will need to call in some special weapons.
Awaiting
We
orders.
must build an armory to get
The
access
Emperor
to protects.
Right, let's add.
To me, brothers.
What I just did was added Gabriel Angelos to
Marine
that unit, so
squadron, the Emperor
if I move that
protects.
squad now, he moves with them. And he'll just boost them.
While the enemies
go
of
and
the
explore.
Emperor still draw
Now,
breath.
this is how you get your resources in this game.
We
They're
must
called
start
requisition
capturing
points.
strategic points. These
Or
three
strategic
closest
points.
strategic points will do for now. Let us capture them first, and then move on to the others. Today, the enemy shall know fear.
Ooh, let's do that. Whatever you say. So what they basically do is stick a flag in it, and then you can build like a requisition, like a.
Yes, most
It's called a
beneficent
listening
one.
post.
Excellent.
think.
The armory is operational. The
On
Space
top,
Marine
and that will
squads
just
can
give
now
you a steady
upgrade
stream
their
of income.
standard bolters to
So-
flamers and heavy bolters.
So you
Taking
don't
damage.
you don't have any
Position secure.
you don't have any harvesters or anything like that. You literally just have
Heresy grows from idleness.
requisition points. God, that cursor movement.
We must not forget our power
Moving out.
needs. Building a
Commencing
plasma
attack.
generator will supply us with the power we
I
need to keep our
await your
force going.
instructions.
He's not wrong. There we go, listening post. Slap that on top of there,
Do as you ask.
and then that'll
We
stop
are the
giving us
Emperor's
our
chosen.
resources. I'll reinforce this squad up to its full strength. What can I do over here? Ah, yes.
Yes, Lord.
So you have two resources in this. You have requisition, which you get from the requisition points, and you have power, which you build power plants for.
With all due haste.
That simple. Okay, so we can increase our heavy weapons in there. There we go. They are. They should be
He
captured.
who stands with me shall be my
So we've
brother.
got that one. That's fine. That's
I await
complete.
Your instructions.
I am just going to try and rush through this. I don't want to
With all due
linger too
haste.
much on just one level. But
This
see what I
day
can
shall
do.
be a glorious one for the Imperium. It is time to hunt down the source of these orcs. They must
I
have a
like
base
swords.
somewhere within the walls of this Imperial facility.
Direct us to the enemy.
Where?
That's what I
Plasma
said.
generators will continue to produce power at a constant
breath.
rate,
There can be no
but there is a limit of how many plasma generators can be built per
stand
stronghold.
ready.
Look,
6, I
an
think.
orc camp, and look there, a break in the spaceport's defensive
What's your
wall.
order?
They must have blasted their way in. We must destroy this orc camp and any others these foul creatures may have constructed.
Ooh, not enough requisition. That's a shame. Okay,
We stand ready.
let's go and get these guys over
Orders
here then.
received.
Yeah, so basically
Orders
a
received.
massive mob of Space Marines is what's required here. Okay, so that's my listing post on there. That's done. My first power generator's
I
pinged up.
await your instructions.
It's not.
Build routine Sector 1 initiated.
Now that I'm thinking about it, this isn't a bad starting RTS. Especially if you're into like the Warhammer world.
Praise the Emperor.
Okay, that's them. Just giving him a smattering of different heavy weapons so he can deal with pretty much
Orders
anything
received.
between the 3 squads.
Stay vigilant, brothers.
Flamers and heavy bolts are good against troops. I haven't got access to stuff like rocket launchers yet, unfortunately.
Excellent.
Cleanse,
This
purge,
orc camp has
kill.
been destroyed.
Take and hold.
Okay. Let's grab hold of our... Let's grab hold of our servitor
Here to serve,
and get him over here.
as you wish.
Those Imperial Guardsmen look like they could use some assistance. Come, brothers,
your command.
make haste.
Our prayers have been answered. Here come the Space Marines!
Yeah, why not? Let's go and help them out.
This day shall be a glorious one. Faith and duty.
So what's happening here is this one squad, as you can see, is taking over this requisition point. I sent that squad up there to help the Imperial Guardsmen.
Well done. We have captured several strategic points.
Hey.
Capturing strategic points and building listening posts on them earns us more requisition resource, which we can use when we build squads and equipment.
What's your
We
order?
are the Imperial Guard.
Weapons
It
at
is
ready.
time we
It
started
is
acting
time.
like it.
You're not wrong, mate. I'll give you that.
My faith is my shield.
Oh, that's good,
For
Gabriel.
the Emperor.
Got Angelos in it. Yeah, our boy Angelos, he's in there with his
Confirmed.
power sword and bolt pistol. He'll boost that unit. And all the characters
We shall know
accessible
no
from the
fear.
side here, they
Excellent.
can get different
The point is
abilities.
now protected from an orc retaliation. We should continue to build listening posts on all our captured points.
Understood.
Of course. Why not? Okay,
Weapons at ready.
let's go
It is
in this
time.
way and have a look. Can we get in
Weapons
this
at
way?
ready. It is time.
Ah, we can't actually get in that way. Huh, let's go the outside route then.
Maintain attack formation.
It's all going quite well. Right, so that's that. That's them.
The Emperor protects.
This big square.
Cleanse.
Oh! Let's go and help these guardsmen down here. Lots of close combat going on in there as well, so units do get engaged in close combat, and if they're not meant to be in close combat, obviously it'll scupper them. Having Devastators swinging combat knives is never going to be a good idea.
Regroup!
Beautiful. Alright.
Orders received.
One of the things that people noticed about this, and I spotted it as well, is
Moving out.
the humble bolter, the standard firearm of your Space Marines, just doesn't feel like a substantial weapon in this game. It feels very much like just a standard SMG or something like that, or even an assault rifle. There's plenty of fire coming out of them, but it's just in the second one they've got a little bit more gravitas to their attack. Flamers look great though. So, if you're familiar with the tabletop, you'd know that morale was a thing, and it's a thing in this as well. When a squad comes under heavy attack, it reduces their morale bar, and you'll start seeing red circles around their feet, and that basically means that I think they've got a quicker attack, they've got a quicker movement speed so they can run away, but they've got less attacks, they're actually fighting worse, which encourages you then to pull the unit out of combat
Attack formation.
and go and heal them up,
Attack.
rather than keeping them in combat and losing them.
Fear our wrath.
Dawn of War 2 expands on this by having the squads actually level up, so you really don't want to lose them.
Protocol 23.
To Russ.
Cleanse. Purge. Kill.
Go get them, boys.
The enemies of the Imperium.
I'll take one squad there.
Ever vigilant.
They can go and get this capture point here. I said this is quite an old game now.
There's work to be done.
I mean, I don't even know when this one was released,
The Emperor protects.
Attacking as ordered.
but it still plays like an absolute dream. My PC isn't exactly high spec, but everything's crisp, clear, sounds good, looks fine,
Objective acquired.
responsive. So my guys, yep, they are.
Ever vigilant.
Get on with it. And then there is a button down here that I use
Yes,
quite
Lord.
regularly,
I shall
trying to
obey.
find out where my
Yes, Lord.
builder units are, my servitors.
Excellent. This orc camp has been destroyed.
Has it? Happy days. Oh, they're having a go at them, which is fine. They're capturing that. They are capturing that. So I'll get my servitor up here ready to build.
Heresy grows from idleness.
While the enemies of
Right.
the Emperor still draw breath, there can be no
Objective
peace.
achieved.
And they've done theirs as well.
Heresy grows from idleness.
Excellent work, fellas.
Onward to glory.
Where has that builder gone? There he is.
Here to serve.
Okay. There is also
I will do
a
as
cover
you ask.
system involved,
Walk
so
softly
if you move your units
And
into,
carry a big gun.
into a crate or something like that, they get a shield above them, which basically means that they're in some kind of cover.
What is your order?
Where is that firepower coming from? I can hear it, but I can't.
Awaiting orders. Onward to glory.
Oh, that looks like somebody lost a member there, so I've got a squad that's a man down. Just going to click on the plus, and that will then replace the missing squad member. That's my listening post almost complete. I'll build on this one as well. I have got another servitor
Yes,
down there, but
most beneficent
I'll
one.
just use him because he's close. Build buildings.
With all due
And there
haste.
we go. Right, boys.
Walk softly and carry a big gun.
There's stuff
Moving
over
out.
here. How long have I been recording for? 20 minutes already. Wow. Well, we said roughly half an hour, right? So let's see how we get on.
Weapons at ready. It is time.
Even if I only start the next mission, I mean, that'll be plenty. In fact, the start of the next mission is
Moving out.
quite good if I'm thinking correctly. So obviously, this being the start of the game,
Orders received.
you only get the
Taking
bog
damage.
standard, like Space Marines with, you know, bare minimum weaponry, etc., etc. As the missions go on, you get access to different buildings, which unlocks different abilities, different unit
Weapons at
types,
ready. It is
vehicles,
time.
dreadnoughts,
Commencing attack.
basically anything that was in the game at the time,
Moving out.
in the board game at the time, you could pretty much get them on here.
Cleanse. Purge. Kill. Moving out.
For the most
Stay
part.
vigilant, brothers.
Bear in
Moving
mind,
out.
I don't know if it was 3rd edition, only just 3rd edition when it first came out.
Orders received.
Couldn't have been far beyond.
Maintain attack formation. Under fire.
There's that.
Engaging the enemy.
So essentially, I'm not going to be able to lose this. Although one unit is taking some damage over there. Lost a heavy weapons troop. So as you can see, those are the 3 squads I've got. It tells you how many troops are left in each one, what their morale is, and their health. And then you can just click on whichever squad, reinforce them if they're taking casualties, add special weapons, sergeants, or whatever. That's another one.
He who stands with me shall be my brother.
Nice. Nice, I've got no actual anti-vehicle, anti-building weapons at the moment, it's just heavy bolters. Let's advance a little bit just to make sure everybody's firing. There we go, flames have got involved now as well. Boom.
Excellent. This orc camp has been destroyed.
Maintain attack
There,
formation.
that's the last of them. Well done, Blood Ravens. Victory is ours.
See, if I really wanted to be more of a completionist, there was more bits and dabs in that mission I could have explored, but I just decided to press on. Ah, Lehman Russ. I think you can actually get access to one of those if you go down
I am
to the
honored
one
to be
side.
in the presence of a librarian.
I wish to know how my men can better serve you.
We shall wait for the captain to finish his prayers. I saw you stand against the orcs.
Ah,
You
Isidore.
are a brave man, Colonel. I wish I could say the same of your men.
I shall strengthen their resolve, my lord.
See that you do, or we shall do it for you.
The way he walks.
You have something you wish to say. Say it, Colonel.
How did you know?
Because he's a librarian, that's
Even
what they do.
without my psychic gifts, it is obvious. Speak.
Is it true your company eradicated a heresy on the planet of Cyrene recently? An exterminatus, down to the planet's last man, woman and child.
Colonel, your company is welcome, but such questions are not. Do not ask the captain about Cyrene if you intend to remain in his good graces.
Yes, because what happened was heresy broke out on Cyrene.
Brother
It was heresy.
The Colonel wishes an audience
And
with
they
you.
blew it up.
Thank you, Isidore.
And it was
My lord,
Angelos'
my
home
Tartarus
planet.
37th Imperial Guard Regiment stand ready to serve you in protecting the city. They wish to make amends for...
They will have many opportunities to prove themselves warriors worthy of the Emperor. The Blood Ravens are leaving the city. Its protection is in your hands.
I will ready my men. May I ask what your next course of action is?
You may
Orcs
not.
only respect strength. I intend to show them that we have it in ample supply.
That's true. Woo! And there you go, that's the first mission down. So I'll just start the next mission. Yes, let's.
War Journal of Captain Gabriel Angelos. The situation on the planet Tartarus is grim. While the Blood Ravens crushed the main Orc offensive at the spaceport, the bulk of their force is not engaged. They gather in the wilderness, awaiting a critical mass of bodies that will overwhelm the Imperial forces in a green wave of death and destruction. The Blood Ravens will not allow this to occur.
You get the point.
Orbital monitoring has detected an area in the southern forests where the Orcs appear to be massing. Orcs only respect strength, so they will look to the largest of their groups to lead them. We will insert a small, covert strike force to eliminate these Orc leaders and destroy any encampments where the Orcs might mass. This should cut to the heart of the Orcs' fighting spirit.
You get the point. If you want to watch the cutscenes, buy the game. I like this map because this map gradually becomes completely overrun by orcs as the plot thickens. So now we get to learn about infiltration.
You have
and
your
scouts.
orders. Now go. And may the Emperor protect you.
I do not care for all this sneaking about.
I know, old friend. You always have preferred the direct approach.
We have the Imperial Guard. Why not send them into battle instead of treating them like glorified shepherds?
If we meet the Orcs in force, they cannot possibly stand before us.
We have fought the Orc 100 times before. They thrive on war. A direct assault on them would likely improve their morale, and simply attract more of them. The casualties would be enormous.
What are the Imperial Guard for if not to die for their Emperor? At the very least, we
he's
should
a
retain a
stroppy
regiment to
git,
remain at
isn't
our
he?
core.
Cool.
We have little support this far out. We would not want to be remembered for our carelessness.
We, old friend? Or me?
We are brothers, Gabriel. You know better than to ask that question. I know what this is about. There was nothing you could have done to save Cyrene.
Do not mention that place again, Isidore. Cyrene was my homeworld. My responsibility.
And he blew it up. Yeah.
Scout Team 3, do you copy?
Yes, my lord.
The local Imperial waterworks has fallen into Orc hands. If we are to reclaim this area, we must first retake this position. Scouts have infiltrated ahead of you and will assist you in your reconnaissance. If things prove to be more than you can handle, reinforcements will be mobilized to assist.
Happy days.
Getting into position.
So now we get to play with a couple of scouts for a little bit. So these guys come in only small units. I think it's 4.
This area is crawling with orcs. We should infiltrate to sneak past them. Do not get too close. Gathering intelligence. Or we may be spotted.
Yeah, basically you don't want to get
On
seen.
patrol.
Woo.
Scouts ready.
Taking damage.
That was not what I intended to do. They can take out.
Scouts ready.
They'll be able to take out a small unit like that, but they won't be able to take on any large forces. Okay.
Scouts in position.
Excellent. Your scout marine
Gathering
squad is now
intelligence.
invisible to all enemies except for commanders. Keep in
Scouts
mind, though,
advance.
if you are attacked, your invisibility
Search
will be
commencing.
broken, and some time will pass before you can utilize it again.
On patrol. Getting into position.
We can go this way, can't we? I haven't played this for a while. Can't remember
Yes,
where we
my
can
lord.
and can't go.
Getting into position.
Looks like we can't go into the water. Or can we? No.
Scouts advance.
Nope.
Yes, my lord.
So it doesn't look like the infiltrate ability has got any
We will move ahead
limit on it.
and mark any enemy positions. Search commencing.
Only that if certain units can see them,
I sense danger. We will root it out.
and if they get too close to an
Scouts
enemy,
advance.
they'll be noticed.
Commencing infiltration.
So we
Scouts advance.
don't want
Search
to
commencing.
really help
Gathering
those
intelligence.
guardsmen because it'll reveal on my
commencing.
scouts.
We will move ahead and mark any enemy positions.
Oh, the wretched
Scouts
Xenos
here.
are guarding a strategic point. Scout Team 2 is
Yes, my
upgraded
lord.
with sniper rifles. They will make short
your
work of
command.
these orcs.
Yes, my lord.
Yeah, second
Scouts
scout
in
squad
position.
with sniper rifles. It's
Lining up
definitely,
our targets. Scouts ready. Yes, my lord. Getting into position. Scouts awaiting orders.
Let's go on all-out attack here. There's enough of us to be able to take the orcs out without too much of a problem.
Area secured.
Beautiful.
Scouts ready.
Yeah, so it's only 4 scouts per squad. Where's the next objective marker gone? There it is.
Yes, my lord.
Where are we? Okay, we're going around here.
There is an orc patrol. Wait for them to pass before we attempt to sneak by.
Whoopsie daisy. My bad.
We will move ahead
Under
and mark
fire.
any enemy positions.
That's one
Yes, my
unit
lord.
infiltrated.
Scouts here.
Right,
Scouts ready. Scouts ready.
everyone is now infiltrated. Let's sneak past these orcs.
Commencing infiltration.
I mean, medium difficulty, they might be able to take them on and win,
Scouts advance.
but for the sake of ease.
Search commencing.
Ah, yeah, there's that squad.
Scouts advance. Commencing
See if we can
infiltration.
sneak past these
Yes, my lord.
guys. Yeah, just about. Oh, that's a bit close, lads. That's a bit close.
Scouts advance.
Right, then there's only a couple of orcs there, so what I'm going to do is just break the infiltration on both squads.
Scouts here.
Yeah, they just cut them to pieces.
Scouts awaiting orders. There's our target. A large orc knob who looks like he's in charge of this bunch. If we kill him, we'll severely weaken the orc morale.
Ah, the clods.
At your command, we will move ahead and mark any enemy positions.
I command in the name of the orc knob is dead. We will take it from here.
Scouts in position. On patrol.
Ah, there we go. Space Marines are engaged now. Ah, see, they've been broken, so they're not hitting us hard. They could run off and save their asses if they wanted to, but they're just
Yes, my
choosing not
lord.
to, so we're just going to go and kill them.
Cleanse, purge, kill. Understood.
Yeah.
Understood.
The thing is, another reviewer who I watch a lot of their videos,
On alert, brothers.
guy
The enemy
called
must be nearby.
Josh Josh Strife Hayes.
We shall know no
He
fear.
did a review on this recently, I believe, and he noticed that with the missions,
We are the Emperor's
you
chosen.
don't ever get anything really different. So we've learned how to use Scout's infiltration, but it never comes up again. It's never really required. You can use it, but you don't have to. It's just like, it's a shame there weren't more missions that had something like that in it, even in a minor way.
On alert, brothers.
Okay,
The
let's
enemy
take
must
out
be
everything.
nearby. For the Emperor.
There we go. Job's a good one. That's the first enemy
We are
base
the
done.
Emperor's chosen.
Almost.
For the
There's a
glory
couple
of the Imperium,
more good stabs here and
we
there.
stand ready. Commencing attack.
At your command.
The scouts can take that over. But yeah, that's Dawn of War. For all its, in all its glory. Let's just quit back to the main menu. Hopefully that doesn't. So yeah, that's Warhammer 40,000 Dawn of War. Hope this has been a nice little insight into the game and what to expect. As I say, the remaster has been announced. Can't remember exactly what the subtitle is offhand, but I'm really looking forward to it. It's something I'm definitely looking forward to picking up as soon as possible, because there's one race in one of the later add-on packs called Soulstorm, Sisters of Battle, and I was really looking forward to playing as the Sisters of Battle, and they just didn't hit the way I wanted them to, and the campaign mode is a bit lackluster, so I didn't really get the experience that I wanted with them. So I'm hoping that this remake slots them in, and we can actually get a decent campaign with them and some proper balancing, and you know, really get some stuff going with the Battle Sisters. But I hope you've enjoyed this little peek into Warhammer first-person shooters, real-time strategies. So if you want to start, this is the best place to start. The story builds from this even onto the other Dawn of War games like Dawn of War 2 and all the add-on packs for this and that. They all start at this point, so it all branches off. So if you did want to start looking at real-time strategy games based on Warhammer 40k, this is a good place to start. And if I'm honest, it's a pretty good real-time strategy in its own right. And so if you like your base building, globs of units toddling across the levels, blowing stuff up, Command and Conquer or Age of Empires style, this is the same kind of thing but Warhammer flavoured. Solid game, definitely recommended. And with that, guys, I'm going to cut my stream, but thank you very much for watching, and if you wouldn't mind chucking me a like and subscribe, that would be highly appreciated. And if not, well, maybe I'll see you on the next one. Until then, have a good one.